Kabul's huge wedding halls are centers of community life, but the grand design and decor of this one belie the carnage of the attack. The death toll detailed in part by what many of the victims left behind. Throughout the night, ambulances ferried the injured for treatment. Outside of a nearby hospital, relatives checked for names of the dead and injured. An attacker had set off explosives in the midst of the wedding celebrations. The explosion happened near the stage where the musicians were. All of the young people and all the people who were there were killed. Some are wounded and now they're in the hospital, and others are dead. This nearby hospital needed every bit of space to accommodate the victims. They had arrived in a massive wave of distress. We came to the site of the blast, and I saw that many women and children were screaming and crying. Many martyrs and injured people were transferred by the ambulances, and it was really a terrible situation. Beyond the weddings themselves, wedding halls are also used as simple meeting places for small and large gatherings. That's made them the target of a local affiliate of the so-called Islamic State. Last November, at least 55 people were killed when a suicide bomber attacked hundreds of Muslim scholars and clerics gathered in another Kabul wedding hall to mark the birthday of the Prophet Muhammad.
We are joined now by freelance journalist Ali M. Latifi in Kabul, Afghanistan. Ali, who could be responsible for this attack?
At this point, it's hard to tell who's responsible for this attack. Obviously, Daesh still operates in Afghanistan. The Taliban have flat out rejected any responsibility, calling it a heinous attack, saying that they absolutely condemn such an attack. But, you know, I think it's really important to put this kind of attack into context because, as the video showed, you know, the fact that the bombers made it so close to the stage means that they made it through entire crowds of people. These wedding halls are giant structures where hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people gather in, you know, tables all around, centering mainly around the dance floor and the stage where the performers are. So essentially, you know, the bombers had open access to hundreds of people who had nowhere else to go. The other thing that you see in these structures is, as big as they are and as packed as they are, there's generally only one entrance and one exit to them. And socially, we have to remember that for the average Afghan person who can't go abroad, who doesn't, you know, have access to fancy parties, who don't know foreigners who throw these wild ragers and things like that, this is really like their one chance, you know, to dance and to celebrate and to sing and to have some kind of enjoyment, you know. This was like the one last vestige of something like that. And the fact that, you know, it's come under attack this time, in such a heinous way, you know, it's also very much a blow to life in the city because it's like the one form of celebration that people have. Yeah.
Ali, let me ask you this. As far as you can tell, I mean, we've seen attacks like this in the past in Kabul. But as far as your reporting can tell you, was the wedding a specific target or might they have been targeting something else?
We don't know yet because we don't know who's responsible, and there's no indication that, you know, this wedding was specifically attended by any specific person. I can't imagine if they went inside the building that, you know, usually when they use a building to target somewhere else, they pick high rises and try and get to the roof. So, for instance, when a few months ago during Ramadan, when they picked the Ministry of Telecommunications and the Central Post Office building, that's because at one point it was the highest building in all of Kabul. So if they were able to get to the roof, they had clear access of the presidential palace and so many other important buildings. In this case, I really think it seems to be sort of a blow against morale. You know, it's also coming as tomorrow's the 100th anniversary of us regaining independence from the British protectorate state. And, you know, there have been flags and pictures of King Amanullah.
Ali, thank you so much. I'm afraid we don't have much more time. That's Ali Latifi in Kabul for us. Thanks so much.
Thank you.